A grave situation in Ukraine's east as battles intensify in Severodonetsk. It's believed Russia now controls around half of the city. Russian strikes have destroyed much of the city's critical infrastructure, forcing many to flee their homes. Thousands of residents are trapped amid relentless shelling. They are running out of food, water and medicine, but authorities have ruled out further evacuation efforts due to heavy fighting. Moscow claims its forces have struck key military targets in eastern Ukraine, including 2 ammunition depots and a radar station. It adds that a Ukrainian fighter jet in the southern region of Mykolaiv has been downed. Over in Kharkiv, evacuation efforts are seeing more success. More than 1,000 residents have fled from parts of the city under Russian control. The exodus comes after a renewed round of shelling yesterday in the city's north set several houses on fire and left many others injured. For more, Philip Crowther joins us live from Lviv. Philip, Severodonetsk cut in half. Why is Russia so adamant to gain control of the city, and is its fall imminent?
Well, this would be an important strategic success for the Russian military, but an incredibly costly one for Russian soldiers, for Ukrainian soldiers. It's been a very long fight over that city already, and a costly one as well also, of course, for civilians. At least 1,500 are believed to have died so far since Russia's invasion of Ukraine began. The mayor of Severodonetsk has spoken to one of my colleagues at the Associated Press. He says that Russia does now control half the city, that there is fighting, street fighting going on right now, that there are still artillery bombardments. And he adds this, that essentially the city is being destroyed systematically, block by block. Now, what has surprised in that city of Severodonetsk in the Luhansk region is that Ukrainian resistance has again been very, very strong. In theory, they are faced with an enemy who is much stronger on paper in terms of manpower and firepower. These are now some very fierce fights going on, and that's one of the reasons why evacuations out of the city of Severodonetsk have now been stopped.
Meanwhile, Russia is making strong gains in the Donbas region. Are they close to fully taking over?
Well, it feels a little bit like a race against time, and most military analysts would see it that way, that Russia is trying to make as many gains as possible in the east of Ukraine, in that Donbas region, before more Western weapon supplies arrive. There is the promise of more heavy weapons to come on the front line, and the truth is that Ukrainian soldiers could do with those right now, including the possibility of multiple launch rocket systems. That is what Ukraine has demanded almost from the Biden administration. There is no okay from Washington yet on sending those to Ukraine. That is why, one of the reasons at least, why Russia is trying to make those important gains. And it's worth looking at the map there as well. The Donbas region is made up of the Luhansk and the Donetsk regions. Luhansk, that is where, according to the local governor, already 95% of that area is under Russian control. A lot less in the Donetsk area, but that is where a city west of the city we just described, Severodonetsk, that city is called Sloviansk. That was hit by a missile strike overnight. According to the governor of Donetsk, at least six people died, at least 3 people died, I should say, and 6 were wounded. A reminder that there are missile strikes in the whole Donbas region, which a reminder again that Moscow has clearly said its goal right now during its invasion of Ukraine is to get total control of the east of Ukraine. These are 2 so-called independent republics that Moscow has recognized, and it has said it wants to protect the Russian-speaking population in those areas. That is one of the reasons given by Moscow for its invasion.
Thank you for that update, Philip Crowther in Lviv.